hearts.
Welcome back to the women's premier quarterfinals here at the Collegiate Rugby Championships. This first one is going to be Army West Point, the Black Knights taking on the Crimson Storm of Southern Nazarene. The other quarterfinal matchups, Virginia Tech versus Penn State, Brown versus University of Northern Iowa, and Michigan will take on Navy. This is John Broker with Abby Gustitis for this first one. Abby, everything pretty much going as predicted here. Southern Nazarene, a little bit of an upset over Iowa. Going to take on Army now in this quarterfinal. They're up against a very tough Army team.
Definitely a big ask for Southern Nazarene, but like you said, they were up for it, and with knockout rugby in general, it's only 14 minutes. Anything can happen, but I did pick Army to win the whole thing, so I think they will get the job done here. They are a well-oiled machine under Bill Leclerc, and they have just proven to be absolute class throughout this season.
They had some pretty good coaching this season as well. Some guest coaches coming in. Big break from Army immediately up that right-hand side from West Point, New York. Of course, the United States Military Academy, a legendary institution, taking on Southern Nazarene, legendary in its own right. Nice little break there. Genesis Dotson puts that one up, working their way forward to midfield. Ball gets moved out quickly from Liberty Cawthorn, but goes to the ground in this rain. Ridback gets a hold of it, but it was a knock-on. So referee Jones here from the Ohio Rugby Referee Society is going to bring up a first scrum of the game to Southern Nazarene. Good pressure from the Crimson Storm.
Little error creeping in there from Army, as we've noted all day. I don't have ever called more scrums than in this tournament so far.
It's the scrum aficionado weekend here in Boyd's, Maryland. Nice work there to get that one out to Cam Seal. Here comes Southern Nazarene. Southern Nazarene. Uatafe takes that one in. Talesi Uatafe, a nursing major from Euless, Texas. That's Southern Nazarene in Bethany, Oklahoma. Good tackle there from the Black Knights. Ball up into the hands of Cam Seal, the junior from Yukon, Oklahoma. Good pressure coming in from Army. Army holding that one up. Nice work out to this right-hand side. Ball gets up to Maya Hartnett from Meade, Kansas. Pressure again from that Army West Point defense. Are able to turn that one over. They've got a little bit of traffic on this left-hand side, but players starting to reset there. You see out to the right as that power comes through that they are well known for. Speed and finesse to the sevens game coming right up for you. Ball comes across from Army West Point. They've got a little wrap around there. Great program. They also played National Intercollegiate Rugby Association 15s. Nice step there from from Army West Point. And they touch that one down in the try zone. Army gets the first 5 points on the board.
With the breakaway. Well worked try from West Point. We saw the wraparound and then pinning that Southern Nazarene defender, and then Schaff Wheels just able to shake away. And then the conversion is good as well, bringing an early lead, 7-0 to Army.
And I've called a couple of wrong names here. There's some late jersey number changes from what I originally had for Army West Point. So in this quarterfinal, I will do my best here, and apologies for that. Army West Point to kick this one off. A long kick down. Southern Nazarene down 7-0. Take that one just outside their 22. Ball comes across for Southern Nazarene in the middle. Nice pickup off there. That is from Julia Riacana. Riacana has been excellent for this team. Ball up there to Grace McCune. Grace McCune, she's a first-year player out of Houston, Texas. Touches down 5 points, and Army looking strong again.
Army with the back try. You can see they're just enjoying themselves out there, playing together, getting to step away from West Point and playing rugby. Maybe not the weather conditions you would hope for, but they're loving it and then opening up this 2-try lead.
12-0 to kick off again. 3 minutes to go in this first half. Black Knights kick that one down. Southern Nazarene takes it at their 22. Southern Nazarene. Ball slips forward there off of the Uatafe pass. Uatafe, very talented player. Ball rolls to the try zone. Army West Point right down on that. Another try awarded. Excellent work there from the Black Knights, capitalizing on everything. And that's Jillian Scott going to put that one down. Jillian Scott, the senior from Raleigh, North Carolina. 5 points here in the quarterfinals at the Collegiate Rugby Championship.
Great awareness and heads-up play from West Point. Jillian Scott with the wheels to chase that kick down and dot it for 5 points in the try zone. But West Point are just coasting through this first half. They look super comfortable. They're playing well together, and they're looking very dangerous.
I mean, you'd have to kind of expect from a military academy, the weather is no bother. The conditions aren't a big deal. They are here to play, and they're here to play with intensity, and that's what they are doing at the moment as Army West Point gets us going. The Black Knights again, kick to the other side this time. Southern Nazarene lets it bounce. That's dangerous. Ball getting swatted back. Good defense coming in. Fakahua took that one in the ground. That one now at their 22, looking for some room that may not be there against a team like Army West Point. Inside their own half they go. Southern Nazarene, some talented players, had the pleasure to call on some all-star teams. A little under it right now as a loose ball comes up and Army West Point scores again.
That looks like Sydney Schaff in for a double. Again, it's those little errors creeping in from Southern Nazarene, but you see the pressure that Army are applying. They're up in the passing lanes. Southern Nazarene, they need to be a threat with the ball in hand. They need to create some depth. Otherwise, Army will continue to flood the space, take it over. Little turnovers like that, award them 5 points every time.
Long kick from Army West Point this time. And Army takes that one on another kick. There's 30 seconds to go in this first half. They're already up by 22. Nearly put in an interception there. Chipped forward off the ground from the Southern Nazarene players. Crimson Storm making a rare visit to the 22 of Army West Point. See what they decide to do this one. They're going to come back. That's Scott again. Scott has some open room to run. Scott shows the ball. Scott goes around Fakahua. She is across the 40, across the 22. She's got Uatafe chasing her. Uatafe, the nursing major from Trinity High School, played with Dallas Youth Rugby, eventually hauls this down, and that's going to be halftime. 22-0 Army over Southern Nazarene. We'll be back with second half action right after this.
We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. displayed his strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit.
We're back with this premier quarterfinal. It is a big lead here for Army West Point. John Croker with Abby Gustitis bringing you the second half of this quarterfinal. Abby, it has been all Army so far.
All Army, and I think head coach Bill Leclerc will be pleased with his team's performance. I reckon giving Jillian Scott a little bit of grief at halftime for not scoring that fifth try, just holding these women to such a high standard as they look to finish off this game with a substantial lead in the second half.
And they would play the winner of Virginia Tech, Penn State, if scores continue this way. Here's Uatafe. She's a talented player in her own right. She gets a little room. Ball out to the edge here for Southern Nazarene. The Crimson Storm is definitely looking to perform here, but that one chipped forward. Army West Point again. That one is Cecilia Alice, the first-year player from Charleston, South Carolina. That ball goes out down there. We're going to come back. It's going to be, looks like a line out here for Southern Nazarene, but deep in their own end.
Looks like the referees are having a discussion about the outcome, depending on if that ball went into touch in the try zone or just before, or maybe rolled out the back. But a lot of heads-up play here seen from West Point, kicking those messy balls on the ground. A different tactic maybe in dry conditions where you would opt to pick it up or dive on it.
We're going to come back for a scrum for Southern Nazarene. 95 meters to go. If they want to put some points on the board, that would be a challenge for them.
Army will look to apply a lot of pressure here, potentially playing 7 up, just coming up super hard, super did to force Southern Nazarene to kick out of their own half.
And Southern Nazarene, as you said, under a lot of pressure here. A lot of very talented players on this Southern Nazarene team. Not sure they've seen this type of defensive pressure that you're talking about, Abby. But that one, no matter. It's going to come down into the hands of Army West Point. Army West Point. Take that one. That is Cargyle, Kaylee Cargyle, but it comes back there to Alice. And Cecilia Alice from Wando High School, a USA South Panther, touches down, and Army extends their lead a minute and a half into this second half.
And that try all started from that contest at the line out. I love when teams throw someone up, just providing that distraction for the scrum half, throwing that ball into her team, and then Army come away with it, set the platform, and 2 passes, 2 rucks later, they're in for their first try of this second half.
Kick to come here from Army. High hanging one there for Southern Nazarene to deal with. Ball comes loose and spills forward, so it's going to be an advantage here for West Point. They need no introduction to go forward quickly with that one. Walbrink gets a hold of it. Walbrink gets that ball in, and Cargyle is going to be in the distributor position, but she's going to see the space herself. She's got Uatafe to beat, and she can. And Kaylee Cargyle, the senior from Spokane, Washington, mechanical engineering major, is going to touch down for another 5 points. Army is running away with this quarterfinal.
Kaylee Cargyle, one of the captains on this team, just brings that experience, that leadership on and off the field, and getting 5 points to her name here. But Julia Rickena in the pass lane, getting that turnover initiative from Southern Nazarene. And Army, again, we've already spoken about it, but the teamwork, the effort, the support, it's all there. They really come together and are proving themselves in this quarterfinal matchup.
That one rolls over and rolls towards touch. 3.5 minutes to go in the second half. Plenty of opportunity here for Army to extend this lead. Southern Nazarene, of course, will be looking to move into the other brackets where they remain a strong contender.
Army looking to contest again. No easy ball for Southern Nazarene as they win it again.
Here comes Army on attack.
Great work there from Army West Point to get one out. Alice made that pass out. They're going to push back just a little bit. A wraparound there from Walbrink. Walbrink from Sacramento, California, moves that one out into the hands of Schaff. Schaff has found some spaces, taken down by 2 players as she makes a half break there. Uatafe being one of those. Nice break, a little over the top ball here. And here comes Alice, Cecilia Alice, the engineering management major. Touches down a second try here at the Collegiate Rugby Championship in the Women's Premier Quarterfinals.
That's a double for Alice, as you see her and Julia Rickena just having a little discussion. Julia being one of the captains, as you see the conversion cruise through the right, bringing that lead to even further ahead, 41 points for Army. Seriously cumulative score here, and Army still going. You see them getting into position, ready to restart.
Cargyle gets that ball going again inside their own 22 are this Southern Nazarene team. Pressure just coming on now. We have about a minute and a half on the game clock. Uatafe looking to make something here. Uatafe, tremendous player. Ball up, however, into the hands of Army West Point yet again. Little spin move there from McCune. From Houston, Texas. She gets the ball back. She's on the edge. She's across the 22. Little power keeping her feet. They're going to keep this one alive and move it quickly. Looking strong with this interplay. Walbrink gets that ball out. Little step inside. They've got some runners outside here if they need them. Alice has scored a couple, so she's going to let somebody else join the fun. Jillian Scott steps in, steps out, and Jillian Scott is going to be the recipient of this try. And Jillian Scott, the senior from Raleigh, North Carolina, Raleigh Charter High School, another 5 points.
That has to be one of the tries of the day. It touched every single person's hands on Army's team. The footwork from Jillian Scott to top it all off. Just beautiful interplay from West Point.
West Point just really making a statement here. 30 seconds on the game clock. You said they will play the winner of Penn State versus Virginia Tech coming up in a little while. And the other quarterfinals, Brown, Northern Iowa, Michigan, Navy. After this game, we are going to switch to the first game of the men's Premier Division. It's going to be Notre Dame College taking on East Carolina. The Falcons versus the Pirates. Then we'll hand over the mic to another part of our great broadcast crew for the weekend as the ball comes up to Southern Nazarene. Gilliland takes that one, another spilled ball rolling back to the 22 of Southern Nazarene. They're headed towards touch. They get it in there. Clock is over 14, but assistant referee says that was actually not out. So another opportunity here to score. Across they come. It is Army West Point. Army West Point put that one in. Again, right on the spot there. No problem. Try awarded. They extend their lead. And this one has been all West Point all the time.
And what a victory it is for these women from Army. Looks like the conversion goes off the post. Cargyle upset with that one, but a massive victory from Army, 53 points to 0.
And that has been the first quarterfinal in the Women's Premier Division. 3 more to come to see who continues to move on. We're going to start off the Men's Premier Division in just a minute. Stick with us, won't you?